So we had an all India mock test for GS and CSAT on 4th May in the last week. So we are going to see a strategy part for answering the questions in this all India mock test 1, which we have kept in the last week, because this was a toughest paper in the CSAT test we have conducted for the previous year. So since a strategy is required, as far as my point of view is concerned, as a strategy part is required for answering this question, because we all know aptitude, we are all well versed in aptitude, but what is lagging behind us is what? The strategy part. Like from 6th grade we are learning aptitude, we are all concerned with respect to the max part of the CSAT paper, and the, for example, if we say using a reading comprehension alone I can able to clear the CSAT paper, or using quantitative aptitude and reasoning alone I can able to see clear the CSAT paper, means that will not work out in all the conditions. We need to have a strong hold in all the parts of the question paper, let it be reading comprehension, let it be quantitative aptitude, let it be reasoning, all the parts we need to have a strong hold in it. So this question paper was a tough question paper, that was the feedback which we have received from the students. But the break point which I am going to give in this particular question paper is the identification of the easy questions. For example, there are only two parts for the strategy in CSAT. The first one is identifying the easy questions, like the question paper, all the CSAT question paper, if we see, we will be having a combination of both the tough questions, easy questions, as well as moderate questions. We must identify which question is easy. How we will identify the question which is whether it is easy or not? Like you cannot say a single line question will be easy or a 6-line question will be tougher. Okay, so that is the categorization, how we can able to choose the easy question or not. First priority, we can use the keywords. Like for example, we can have different keywords for different concepts. For example, many of us do not know what is trailing zero is. Trailing zeros means the number of zeros which are going to come at the end of a non-zero digits in a number. For example, if I say 10,000, what is a non-zero number in this particular 10,000? It is 1. So after 1 we will be having 4 zeros, but the technical term which is given is nothing but trailing zeros. Okay, such keywords are there for which we are not able to identify, and due to that reason the question becomes difficult. Okay, first strategy is identifying the easy question. Second part, not only identifying the easy question and also using the easiest solution for that particular question. For example, I can say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and I can say 2 by 2 plus 2 by 2 plus 2 by 2 plus 2 by 2 will be giving 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 4. If you ask me, first also I will be getting the answer, second also I will be getting the answer, but what is the easiest solution? The first one is the easiest solution. So not only identifying the easy questions, but adopting the easiest way and the easiest method for answering that particular question also plays a major part. Okay, so in this particular question paper, in every CSAT question paper, if you take the last page of the question, that is the last 4 to 5, that is 75 to 80 questions, if you see, the CSAT paper will be having single liner questions. Irrespective of the difficulty level of the questions, the last page of your CSAT exam question paper will be having single liner questions in the last page, which will be easy or tough. I cannot say that all the questions will be easy. So as far as this particular question paper, that is all India mock test 1 question paper is concerned, we have priority 1 questions and priority 2 questions I will give you. So in that priority 1 questions, out of the 5 questions which are present in the last page of your this particular question paper, 3 questions are very easy. Like for example, I can say this particular question. So in this we have asked for the just a unit digit. See, we have just asked for the unit digit of this particular number. So if you see the nature of the numbers are so big. Yes or no? Numbers are so big, but it is a very easy question. For example, let me take the smallest number for this reference. For example, let me take the number called 5 factorial. What is 5 factorial? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Since it is having a 5 here, ultimately the unit digit is going to end with 0. That is, this answer is for this is 120. obviously the unit digit is going to end with a 0, correct? So if you see the value of the first part of the question, 1 2 3 4 factorial, 5 factorial itself it is ending with the 0. So 1 2 3 4 factorial means 1 2 3 4 into 1 2 3 3 into 1 2 3 2 into 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 into 1 2 3 0. Definitely your unit digit is going to be 0. So for now I can say that the first part of my, that is this 1 2 3 4 factorial to the power 5 6 7 8, your unit digit is going to be 0. And the next part, okay, so if you see 3 to the power 4 to the power 5 to the power 6 seems to be a bigger number, yes or no? But for example, if I take 16, how can I write it? Can I write it as 4 to the power 4? So if I place a 3 here, is my value going to change? 3 power 4 is nothing but 4 to the power, sorry, 4 power 2, isn't it? So 4 power 2 is 16. So is my value going to change? Never. So if I write 3 power 4 power 2 or 3 power 16, it is not going to be the different value. Okay, so here 3 power 4 power 5 power 6 is given. You know the unit digit cycle, isn't it? So what is 3 power 1? It is going to end with 3. 3 power 2, it is going to end with 9. 3 power 3, it is going to end with 7. 3 power 4, it is going to end with 1. Again if you go for 3 to the power 5, what is 3 into 1? Unit digit is again going to end with 3. 3 to the power 6 if you go, and then again 3 into 3 you will be getting 9. So after every power of fourth multiple, okay, the unit digit cycle repeats itself. I can say that that is the shortcut for you. Okay, so whatever value of 3 is there, for every multiple of 4 it is going to be a unit digit of 1. So here 3 to the power 4 to the power 5 to the power 6 is 4 power 5 power 6 is nothing but a multiple of 4. Obviously whatever powers of 4s are there, it is obviously it is going to be a multiple of 4. So 3 to the power any multiple of 4, what will be the unit digit? It is going to be 1. Yes, no? So 0 minus 1, what will be your answer? Unit digit cannot be negative, yes or no? What does this number mean? 0 minus 1 means you have a larger number, you have the last digit, that the unit digit has 1, and you have another large number, you have your unit digit as 1. So if I want to take the difference between them, addition is always easy. 0 plus 1 you can say 1 as a unit digit, but here we are going to have difference. What will you do when we have a difference? You borrow from the next person, yes or no, in subtraction. So this guy becomes 10, and 10 minus 1, your answer will be 9. So 0 minus 1, since unit digit cannot be negative, okay, so whenever you are having a unit digit negative, for example this will be having minus 1, whatever value you get, just subtract it from 10 and that will be your answer. So for this question your answer is 9, which is nothing but option D. For example, you are getting minus 2, subtract it with 10 and your answer will be 8. Okay, so this type of questions are easy questions which are present in the question paper. Throughout this session what we are going to do, we are going to see what are the very easy questions which are present in the question paper, and how easily we can able to reach the clearing cutoff in this particular question paper. Okay, next question. So if you see this particular question, I have explained this to you in 2 minutes itself, but if you know the shortcut and the methods correctly, you can answer in probably 10 seconds. Okay, next question. Okay, so this particular pattern of question was once asked in, so the same pattern repeats, 2023 UPSC CSAT, the same question pattern was asked in this particular model. For this, so the topic is a combination of calendars and the remainder theorem. Okay, so always in calendar, what is your cutoff digit for you to divide to find out the number of odd days? It is 7. So here you know a rule in remainder theorem, yes or no? So a to the power, so for example a by n to the power m is there. Okay, let it be like this. So a to the power m divided by n, you are going to find out the remainder. This can also be written as a by n the whole power m. Okay, that shortcut we can apply here. So we are going to divide 15 to the power 10 divided by 7, because your cutoff number for finding out the number of odd days is 7. This can also be written as 15 divided by 7 the whole power 10. Yes or no? Right, if you see this, okay, 15 divided by 7, what will be the remainder? 14 will be 7 into 2, so 15 will be leaving a remainder 1. So 1 to the power 10, obviously it is going to give 1 odd days. So 1 odd day, what is the cutoff day for us? It is given that today is Wednesday. What will be 15 to the power 10 days hence fall? Okay, so Wednesday plus 1 odd day, which means it is going to be a Thursday. So this question is also very easy if you know this particular shortcut and this particular shortcut, which can be answered within 10 to 15 seconds, right? So this is also one of the example. So we'll go to another example. So as I said in the last page of your question paper, so the previous question is question number 77 and this question is question number 78 and the next question number 79. All these questions are present in the last page of your question paper. All these are one liner question paper. Now if you see this question, I can see in the examination hall many people are solving. So this is a combination of letter and number series. I have seen many people in the classroom solving this particular letter series. It is not necessary for you to focus on that itself because all the answer option are having the answer as kn, kn, kn. So is that any necessary for you to solve this particular letter series? It is enough for you to find the logic between the numbers and you can get the answer. Okay, the letter series you need not consider at all. Okay, so here you see difference between the first number and second number, difference between second number and third number, and if you see the difference between the first number and the last number is really high. Okay, so we have some patterns. For example, slow increase means the slow increase in the numbers means you can say it is addition or multiplication. Okay, fast increase, so slow increase in the pattern, fast increase in the pattern. Fast increase means you can either say it can be percentage or it can be factorial. So here if you see, are we able to adopt any relationship in percentage? Okay, I'll break the logic for you in this question. So many of us do not know this. So many of us are knowing that 0 factorial is 0. It is not that. Even if you find it out as a fact, 0 factorial is actually 1 and 1 factorial is also is 1. 2 factorial is 2 into 1, which is 2. So here what will come? So this is 0 factorial. So this is 1 factorial. This is 2 factorial. If this logic is being found, it should be 3 factorial and this should be 4 factorial. For that we need to see whether 4 factorial value is correct. What is 4 factorial? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is nothing but 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. Yes, that logic is being followed. So here you can have 3 factorial, that is 3 into 2, which is equal to 6. So here kn is going to be the letter and 6 is going to be the digit. So fast increase, slow increase, these are the two patterns which you must adopt in order to find out the pattern of this particular number series or combination of numbers or letter series. Our focus for this particular question is with respect to only the letter series and not the our focus is with respect to only the numbers and not the letters, because all the answers are same, kn, is same in all the options, right? So out of the 5 questions which are present in the last page of your question paper, 3 questions are damn easy, which can be answered in approximately 10 seconds. At the maximum, if you think you will be able to take only 20 seconds to 30 seconds to answer these particular question. If you go for the higher limit, you can say that I can take 1 minute to solve this one particular question, you can say. Okay, right. So that's all for the last page of the question, and we will see remaining some of the questions. See here. So this particular question is always having higher number value. See here. So there is a magical box with some diamonds. For every 1/4, for every minute 1/4 of the diamonds disappear from the box. What is the leftover diamond? So if you see answer options, all are bigger numbers. So usually we get scared on seeing the bigger numbers. Yes or no? Nothing to be scared. Okay. So just to follow a logic, we will be having. So whenever you take a CSAT paper, you will be having a logic. Okay. So there is a magical box with some diamonds. We do not know exactly how many diamonds are there. Let me take the total number of diamonds which are present in that particular box as x. For every minute 1/4 of the diamonds disappear. Okay, so this is the first minute, let me take it as an example. So x minus 1/4 of the diamonds, which means 1/4 of present number of diamonds means x by 4, isn't it? Now if I take the LCM and cancel it out, this will be 4x minus x, which is nothing but 3x by 4. This is for the first minute here, right? Now let us go for the second minute. In second minute, what is the present number of diamonds? 3x by 4. Out of this, again 1 by 4 disappears. 1 by 4th of 3x by 4. Correct? So if I simplify it, it will be 3x by 4 minus 3x by 16. So if I take the LCM, it will be 16 divided by, so here 4 is only there, so 4 3s are 12, 12x minus 3x, which will be equal to 9x by 16. How can I write this 9x by 16? Compare it with the first minute. We have 3x by 4. So if I compare it with the first minute, I can say that 3 by 4th of 3x by 4. If you take for the third minute also, what will be the pattern? One more 3 by 4 will be multiplied. So it will be 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 into 3x by 4. Correct? So for every 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, we have a pattern which is multiplied with the 3 by 4, 3 by 4 for every minute. Okay. And what they are asking in the sixth question, they are asking for after 6th minute. So for first minute 1 3 by 4, for second minute 2 3 by 4, for third minute it is 3 3 by 4. So for the 6th minute it will be, if the pattern repeats, it will be 3 to the power 6 divided by 4 to the power 6 into x. This x is nothing but the part of diamonds which is already present in it. Okay, so what is 3 power 6? It is 729. And what is 4 power 6? It is 4096 part of x. So what will be your answer? It will be C. Okay, so you just have to understand the pattern. The pattern is very easy. Just 3 by 4, 3 by 4 is multiplied with every minute. Okay, so in that they are asking for, so when solving the second minute itself, we will be able to understand the pattern. So if you understood the pattern correctly, this question is a very simple question. Approximately I can say that you can take 2 minutes to solve this particular question. Even if you do not understand the logic in the beginning, 2 minutes probably it will be sufficient. Okay, the next question. Right, see, this question is a very simple pattern. Like I can say that if you identify, I can see that many people have answered this particular question as 3. One simple logic. If you take this triangle alone, so see here, in this triangle 3 adjacent faces are there. So here I can paste one color, here I can paste second color, here I can paste third color. Inside there is a face. So in this diagram you must understand that the faces are not stuck together, that is they are not interconnected. So if you see the square face and the circle face, it is not interconnected, there is a gap. And in the triangle face and the square face also there is a gap. Okay, so in this triangle I can have 3 colors and inside it I can have a 4th color. The same 4th color I can apply for this particular area and this particular area. Yes or no? Since they are not adjacent faces. Okay, now see here, this first color and this first color can be obtained on the opposite faces, and this second color and this second color can be placed on the opposite faces. Yes or no? 1 1 2 2. And if you see this particular face are not next faces. Yes or no? So I can place one color here, the color 1 here. For example, let it be red, let color 1 be red, let color 2 be blue, let color 3 be yellow, let color 4 be green. Okay, in that case. Okay, now see here, the second color I can use in these non-adjacent faces. Yes, no? Right? So how many colors I have used? They have asked for minimum number of colors. You must understand the keyword here. They have asked only for the minimum number of colors. Minimum number means what? At the lesser part, how much colors I can use. Maximum you can use one color for all the faces. Yes, no? But they have asked for only for minimum number of colors, right? So how many colors did we use? 4. So just a logical based question. I have taken just 30 seconds or 40 seconds. you can take up to 1 minute or 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes to find out the logic alone, okay, and you can solve it in 1.5 to 2 minutes, right? So this is one pattern of question, right? Now see here, this question I have given in the list of easy questions. First pair of questions, that is the first three questions having single line alone, okay. The second part of question is somewhat logical pattern, but this question falls under quantitative aptitude. And if you see, this question is having some 5 to 6 lines. In your question paper it may be 6 to 7 lines, but this question is a very easy word using only one particular keyword. What is that keyword? Number of, if you see the last before line of the question, number of pens in the box is equal to the number of pencils in the box, which means what? We are making an equal arrangement, okay. Equal arrangement means then directly what is the thing which we have to find out? HCF, okay. So HCF is the pattern of this particular question, right? So see here, there are not one, the answer is not the HCF, but we are required to find out the HCF, okay. HCF of what? There are 420 pens and 465 pencils. 420, 465. We need to find out the HCF of these values, okay. Finding out the HCF of these two values is very simple. It is just 15. 15 is the HCF. HCF keyword is what? The smallest number or any one of the factor of the smallest number which can divide both these numbers, okay. It is just sufficient if you find the factors of 420, and out of that 420 factors only 15 will be dividing both these numbers, 420 and 465. So HCF is 15, and they are asking for how many different pack prices are possible. So that is what they are asking in this particular question. So this 15 we have found out, okay. This 15 can be arranged in how many possible prices they are asking. For that we have to find out the factors of 15, okay. What are the factors of 15? 15, 5, 3, 1. These are the factors of 15. In your answer they have given 4, but 4 is not your answer. That is not the only case. If you read the second line of the question, each box must contain at least 2 pens or at least 2 pencils. So when you are having a box, that is the gift box, minimum 2, at least means what? Starting from 2, it can go up to how many values it is possible, but minimum there should be 2. So can you have the answer as 1 of the possibility? Definitely no. So you will be having the answers as you will be having the answers which are having the possibility of having the values which are more than 2. So how many values are more than 2 here? 3, 5 and 15. Only 3 values are possible. So this is a little bit tricky only, but I cannot say that this question is difficult question, okay. You just have to understand the keywords which are used in the question. First keyword is equal arrangement. Equal arrangement means HCF, and you can able to arrive at the answer, but the condition is given in the question that it must not contain, it must contain only at least 2, okay. 2, at least 2 means 2 and more than 2, okay. So this is a easy pattern question. Probably you can take, if you do not understand the keyword or you cannot able to find out the HCF, this question may be difficult for you, but if you understand the keyword here, it can be answered in probably 2 minutes, okay, right. The next, I can say these questions as priority 2 questions. So I have given roughly 6 questions for you now, which are damn easy, very easy questions, right. These two can be, these questions which are going to come now can be made as your priority 2 questions, okay. Now see here, the first question, okay. So many of you, I can see that many of you are weak in data sufficiency. That what is the first mistake you people are doing in the data sufficiency part is that finding answer. As far as data sufficiency question is concerned, you need not find the answer for all the questions. You just need to find out whether the statement is sufficient to arrive at the answer. This particular question is a classic example for that type of question. See here, they have given in the first statement, David traveled the first part of his journey at a speed 3 meter per hour. First twice the longest he traveled for 4 meter per hour. Something is being said with respect to the speed of the particular person David, okay. And you see the second statement, the total time taken to complete the entire journey is 6.5 hours, okay. So what is the requirement of the question? David is making delivery. What is the total distance? What is the formula for distance? Distance is equal to speed into time. In the first statement they have given data with respect to speed, and in the second statement they have given data with respect to time. So only with the speed or only with the time will you be able to find out the answer? Definitely not. So this question can be easily answered by using the two statements. Using the speed we can able to calculate the how much speed he calculated, how much speed he traveled. Using the time which is directly given we can able to multiply it and get the distance which is asked in the question. For that you need to do calculation also. Without doing the calculation itself you can directly answer that speed is given, time is given, distances need to be calculated. By combining the two statements itself we are able to arrive at the distance. Okay, the question is a little bit different, means they are asking for average speed or they are asking for average time taken, then means you can be able to confuse. But this question is very straight in the sense they have given distance, they have given speed, they have given time, you are asked to calculate distance. For that you need two statements, that's all. Okay, what is the mistake we are doing in data sufficiency, that we will be keeping on, we will be calculating the answer, arriving at the final answer, we are wasting time in it. Don't do that. Okay, first priority. Okay, so this is a classic example for data sufficiency in which data are sufficient for you to answer the question which is asked, right? Fine. The next question, now see here, this is a combination of time and work and percentage. Okay, now if you see this question, it requires only 4 steps to answer the question. You must just have to understand this statement, a work can be completed by 30 men in 50% of x days. So from this you can able to arrive how many men are required on an average. Okay, if number of men required 30 men can complete 50% of x days. So how much men will be required to complete the actual work? 50% means 50 by 100 into the present workers, that is the number of men is 30. So what is 50% of 30? Equal to 15, that is all. And similarly if you calculate for the number of women, 40%, so 40 by 100 into 20, which will be equal to 8, which is equal to number of women. So from this you can able to calculate number of men and women directly from the question itself, correct? So if you go here, what they have given in the question, how much work will be completed by 5 men and 5 women in x days. So 5 women will be how much parts? So 5 by 15. So actual men days which is taken here, so it will be 5 by 15 for men, which can be 1 by 3, and for women it will be 5 by 8. So totally how many men or how much work will be completed is the question which is asked here. For that just add the work which is done by men, the work which is done by women. So what is the actual work which is done by men? 1 by 3rd part. What is the actual work which is done by women? 5 by 8 parts. So if you take the LCM you will be getting 24. So here you will be having 8 and here you will be having 15. So this will be 23 by 24, which is nothing but your option D. See here. So what we have done here, the data is not direct, but if you understand the logic, what is this logic? 30 plus 30 men in 50% of days. So actual number of men which is required is 15, and 20 women in 40% of x days, which means 8 women are required for the actual work, and they are asking the comparison for 5 men and 5 women in x days. Amount of work which is done by 5 men is 5 by 15, amount of work which is done by 5 women is 5 by 8. So just the number of work. So this is a easy pattern question provided you understand the statement properly. Okay, right? The next one, right? For this many people will able to find the logic, many will not be able to find out the logic. If you take the first pattern of the number, so it is nothing but 4 cube plus 5 cube. So always the missing character will be having combination of positive and negative. For example 4 square plus 5 square. Okay, so 4 cube plus 5 cube, 4 cube is 64, 5 cube is 125, minus 4 square is 16 plus 5 square is 25. So here you will be getting 184, sorry, 189 minus 16 plus 25, 25 plus 10, 41. So 189 minus 41 will be 148. So this is the logic of the question. So always when you compare the numbers, this logic will be having, so if it is having a larger number, it will be cube minus square or square minus cube or multiplication. So in the first question we saw, isn't it, increase, fast increase, slow increase. So fast increase means it will be percentage or factorial, slow increase means it will be addition or multiplication. So the same pattern works here. So if you work for this particular option here, it will be, so the pattern follows the same, 6 cube plus 7 cube minus 6 square plus a 7 square. Okay, so 6 cube is 216, 7 cube is 343 minus 6 square is 36 plus 49. So if you answer it properly, you will be getting the answer as 474. So in this particular model of question, it is just identifying the pattern, fast increase or slow increase, or fast decrease or slow decrease. Okay, right. Next question. So this is a very interesting question. If you see, a number is multiplied with 6, a number x. Okay, so this particular number x is multiplied with 6. So this is a very easy logic. What is the first statement? The unit digit of the product is the same as unit digit of x only when x is an even number. Okay, so how can be the even numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are the even numbers, isn't it? So all of these are multiplied with the 6. That is what it is given in the statement. So what will be the unit digit here? 0 into 6, 0. 2 into 6, 12. 4 into 6, 24. 6 into 6, 36. 6 8s are 48. Okay, if you see the digits we took and the unit digit, the digits we took and the unit digit are all the same. Yes or no? That is what they have mentioned in the question, but they have mentioned it as only with respect to even numbers. So what we have to do? We have to check for odd numbers also. So if I take an odd number, 1 into 6, it is coming 6. Is the digit and the unit digit matching? No. So this pattern is applicable only for even numbers. So your first statement is correct. The tens digit, see the second statement, the tens digit of the product is half of the unit digit of the product. So what will be the tens digit? So if you take a number, this will be tens digit. Okay, and if I multiply with 8, okay, so if a unit digit is 8, that is what they are asking. So if I multiply this particular number with the 6, unit digit is 8. Okay, so here if I multiply with 8 into 6, it will be 48. Correct? So 6 8s are 48 means here your unit digit and tens digit is there. Your tens digit is nothing but half of, that is as mentioned in the question, product of half of the unit digit. Okay, but we have to check whether this pattern is applicable for all the numbers. 186 in, 18 into 6, 6 8s are 48, 6 1s are 6, 104. So is your tens digit half of your unit digit? No, not applicable. So your first statement is true and the second statement is false. So here answer is only one is true. This is a very simple pattern. See here, all are, we are taking single digit number only. You just have to see whether your keyword is correct understanding or not. Okay, so that is the important instruction I am giving to you with respect to the question paper, right? Next, 22 is over. Next, see here, this is a very simple question, very easy question. See here, the question is followed by two statements. We need to find out the angle. For this we need not find the theta value itself. Okay, only these two statements are enough. ABCD is a rhombus, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. What are the only two types of cyclic quadrilateral? A circle will be there. Inside it, either you will be having a rectangle or you will be having a square. That is the meaning of cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so ABCD is a rhombus. Okay, a rhombus is what? For example, if you take, whether it can be a rectangle or it can be a square. Okay, your theta value is going to be 90 degree only. So ABCD is a rhombus, A rhombus, when it is compiled into a cyclic quadrilateral, it will be a cyclic quadrilateral which is having a 90 degree of angle inside it. Okay, so for this, how many statements did we require? Only both the statements are sufficient for us to answer the question. One is a cyclic quadrilateral, one is a rhombus. Okay, as simple as that. This question is a very easy question. Need not find the angle also, because by default we know that it is a 90 degree. All the angles will be 90 degree inside a cyclic quadrilateral, which is a rhombus. Particularly when rhombus is inside a cyclic quadrilateral, it will be a square only. Okay, right, very simple. The next question. So this is a partnership based question. Whenever we get into a partnership based question, one formula must directly come into your mind. What is that formula? Profit ratio is equal to investment ratio into time ratio. Okay, so here an important key is given in your question. So the profit is equally shared. Okay, A and B share the profit equally, which means what? Your profit ratio is 1:1. That's all. Very simple. Okay, now if you solve the question which is given in your data, right? So investment ratio. So what is the investment for the first person? It is I. And the business is going for how many years? By the end of the year. Before the end of the year means the business is going for 1 year. So whenever in partnership questions we are approaching, we must approach it as in terms of month. So it will be 12 months divided by, what is the investment of second person? I into I plus 60,000 into how many months he was in the business. See here in the last line of the question it is mentioned that his investment was withdrawn before 4 months, because it means that he was in the business only for, he withdrew before 4 months, which means he was in the business only for 8 months. Now if you solve this question itself, you will be getting the answer. So 8i into 6 8s are it will be plus 8i plus 6 8s are 48, 4,80,000 is equal to 12. Okay, so 12i. So 12i minus 8i will be 4i. So 4i is equal to 4,80,000. So I will be 1,20,000. It's a very simple question. You must have to just know whenever partnership comes, this is a very constant formula. Okay, right? So our answer is option A. A very simple question with respect to this question paper. Right. So this is a very damn easy question paper. You just have to compare the units. See here, diameter is given. So these are the two keywords. Diameter 140 centimeter, but the bucket is raised by 22 meters, which means what? Unit conversion is there. This unit must be converted into centimeters, which means 2200 centimeters it will become. Okay, how many revolutions does the drum make? Revolution means what? With respect to a circle, it is nothing but the circumference. Yes or no? So first we have to find out the circumference. They have given the d value. What is the formula for circumference? Either it will be 2 pi r or pi d, right? So pi d means 22 by 7 into 140. So 7 and 140 gets cancelled, so it will be 2 times, so 20, so it will be 440. So number of revolutions, will be the length of rope, which is nothing but 2200 centimeter divided by the circumference. That is the formula for revolution. So here we have 2200 as your length and 440 as your circumference, which is calculated from this particular value, and it will be 5. So totally 5 revolutions it is going to make, and the answer is very easy. So your answer is option D. Right? So when you go for the next question, so the syllogism question, 2 questions are there. All the questions are very easy. See here, you can directly get the answer. All apples are baskets. Okay, some baskets are jugs, and no jug is a jar. And you see the second, third statement and the fourth statement together. No jug is a jar. Some jars are not baskets. Some jars are not baskets means it can be some jars can be basket, okay, which is coming inside. Okay, now according to the statement, let us go. At least some baskets are apples. At least some baskets are apple means baskets apple, okay, which is a true statement. No apple is a jar, so no apple is a jar. It is a one of the possibility. So for example, if I connect this particular entity, okay, I can connect it like this, but if I draw this separately, basket will be there, apple will be there, and jug will be there, and this apple can be connected like this. It's only a possibility, okay. So if it is true in both the statements only, the statement is true, or else it is not true, okay. So I can say that second statement is not true. Some baskets are not jars. See here, some baskets are there which are not jars. Jars is only a small part of the basket, so some parts of baskets are there which is not jars, so it is also true. All jugs being basket is a possibility. So see here, it is mentioned that some jars are not basket, yes or no, with some jugs. So it is mentioned that some baskets are jugs, not some jugs are baskets. So how this diagram can be redrawn? Apples will be there, and jugs can be another circle in which all these entities will be coming inside the circle called basket, yes or no. So all the jugs being a basket is a possibility, because jugs and jar should not have any relationship, so it can be separate. Jugs and jar should not have any relationship. Some jars are not basket, so between jugs and basket, what is the relationship? Either it can be some. So this is the shortcut here, so I will teach you the shortcut here. See here, if all is true, some will be true, and contradictory, if no is true, and then some not will also be true. So in this, all jugs are being basket is a possibility. Yes, it is having a possibility, because no relationship between jug and jar only, yes or no, but we can have a relationship in the possibility between jugs and basket. So what is your answer for this particular question? 1, 2 and 4. So if you follow the logic of the syllogism properly, that is only these two shortcuts specifically, and you will be able to arrive at the answer, okay. Right, the next question, again another syllogism question, but a very easy questions. See here, all books are source of knowledge, so books will be there, and a bigger circle, source of knowledge will be there, okay. Some source of knowledge are digital, and no books is digital, which means I have to be always separate. So between books and digital, there should be no relationship at all, okay. Now see here, some books are digital, yes, no, no, all books, there is no relationship between books and digital itself. So we cannot say that this statement is true, because no books are digital is the third statement which is given to you, so that conclusion cannot come. It is possible that some digital things are not source of knowledge. Yes, see here, there is a some relationship between source of knowledge and digital. So there is a possibility that one part of digital is not a source of knowledge, that is also a possibility only, not a confirmed statement, okay. So that will be true. All books may be digital, now only we said that there is no relationship between books and digital at all, so this will not be true. Some source of knowledge are not books, some source of knowledge are not books means some source of knowledge are not books, this is nothing but a some source of knowledge which is not coming under the category of books, so that will be a true statement. So here what will be your answer? Only 2 and 3 follows, option B, okay. So this is a very easy syllogism. In this particular question paper, syllogism, both the questions are very easy, right. The next question, this question we need not go for the entire reading of the question itself. The first line of the question is more than sufficient for us to answer the question. See here, what is given in the question, first line of the question, Apollo, Titan, Orion, Vega, Nova are 5 space missions and 3 satellites, echo, helix and quarks. If you see the statements and the questions which are present to you, the comparison is given with respect to the 5 space missions separately and the 3 satellites separately. But you see the question here, if the satellite model Echo was more costly than the space mission Nova. The question is comparing one particular satellite and one particular space mission, but in the entire question we did not have a proper comparison between proper comparison between satellites and space missions. Yes or no? 3 separate space missions satellites are there, the comparison is given with respect to those 3. 5 space missions are there in which the comparison is given between 5 space missions, but the question is specifically asking with respect to one space mission and one satellite. So when the comparison is not given, will you be able to find out the answer? Definitely no. So the answer is cannot be determined. Okay, this is also one of the easy pattern in which you don't need to read the full question itself, but just by comparison with respect to the statement and the question itself you can answer the question, right? So this will be the last question. This I can say a little bit question difficulty, but a not so difficult question. Okay, this statement is a classic example for finding out either or. Okay, so statement 1 is given. What is statement 1? Okay, for statement 1, total number of balls. So what is given? The urn contains a balls numbered using only positive integers. If a ball is drawn at random, what is the probability that the ball is having digit 3 in it? Okay, so we are going to focus on the points or the balls which are having only digits 3 in it. Okay, so see here. So digit 3 means, according to statement 1, the first statement is the total number of balls in the urn is the smallest 3-digit number. What is the smallest 3-digit number? It is nothing but 100. So we are going to list out all the numbers which are having the number 3 up to 100. So what are the numbers which are having 3? 3, 13, 23, let me leave 33, 43, 53, 63, 73, 83, 93, and then up to 100 it is over. Then 30, 31, 32, 33, etc. It will go up to 39. So in this you will be having an answer divided by 100. Okay, and in the top you will be having some value. Okay, let it be, I can say that. Next, going for statement 2. Only 2-digit prime numbers are written in the balls. Okay, so what are the 2-digit prime numbers? 11, 13, 17, 19, up to it will go to what are the prime numbers which are present below 100. So okay, so for this you will be having some answer in the denominator, and in the numerator definitely it is not going to be 100. Okay, so if you see, first statement is giving you a separate answer and the second statement is giving you a separate answer. Okay, so in data sufficiency, when first question is giving a different answer and second question is giving a different answer, you always go for either. So the question can be answered using either of the statement. This is a very direct question. Okay, you will be having 2 different answers for 2 different statements. When you are having different answers for different statements, you will be going for either or. Okay, other options cannot be there. Only one of the statement cannot be there. Both the statements cannot be there. Even using, we are able to find out the answer for one statement and the second statement having 2 different answers. Okay, in that case definitely either statement will be giving in your data sufficiency. At the maximum, if either statement is given in your data sufficiency, the probability of that being an answer is higher. Not in all the cases, but the probability is higher. Okay, so the question, number of questions are over. Now let us go for the strategy part, the last part of this particular session. How many questions did we discuss here now? We discussed 17 questions, which are very easy. How much time did we take to answer this particular 17 questions? Roughly we took around 40 minutes, 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Let us keep the maximum limit 40 minutes. So 17 questions into 2.5 will be giving you how many marks? All these 17 are very easy questions, yes or no? So 17 into 2.5 will be giving you 42.5 marks in your CSAT paper, only for aptitude. Now we are discussing only aptitude parts of the question. In that we have identified the easy questions and we have identified the shortest method for us to solve the question. 17 into 2.5 will be having 42.5 marks in the total. Okay, remaining how many marks you need? What is the clearing cutoff in CSAT? It is 66.75 66, yes or no? So you have already scored 42 points, 42.5 marks in your aptitude part alone, yes or no? So how many marks remaining approximately you need? If you score 25 marks, okay, if you score 25 marks, you will be getting up, so 42.5 plus 25, you will be having 67.5. You reach the clearing cutoff just by attending the minimum number of possibility. So obtain 2.25 marks, how many questions from RC you need to attend? From RC it is sufficient if you attend, so 25 divided by 2.5 questions each, 2.5 marks each, so it is sufficient. Minimum number of RC questions which you need to attend is 10. You are able to understand this? See here, from aptitude I have attended 17 questions which are very easy, and more than 40 minutes is sufficient for us to answer those questions. Remaining option you have minimum probability as 10. So if you attend 10 questions from RC itself, you will be able to get the clearing cutoff. At the maximum, if you how many RC questions will be there? The rough number of aptitude in this paper, we have 50 aptitude questions and 30 RC questions. How much did the number of questions we attended in aptitude part? Only 17 we attended. In this only 10 we attended. By attending roughly 27 questions, you will be able to get the clearing cutoff in CSAT. The greater risk is of your side, okay? Whichever questions you feel that you are able to answer, or you are able to predict it exactly, or you are able to crack it exactly, you can attempt it. But I am telling entirely the positive probability of attending the questions in respect to CSAT, particularly in the first mock test, because it was a very difficult paper that not even some 50% of people were not able to go into the clearing cutoff, that is 66.66. okay, so I am just here to crack. These are the easy questions which are present to you in the question paper, okay, so that using the minimum probability of attending the question itself, you will be able to clear CSAT. That is in particular this paper. This is a very difficult paper. In this itself you are having a highest probability. So in this I just want to give an attention to the students regarding this All India Mock Test paper 1. For me, those who have scored above 50 plus out of 200 in this difficult level paper, you will definitely clear CSAT. I have that belief, okay, because since being a difficult level paper, you have chosen the question exactly and you have made some wrong attempts. I don't know whether it is in reading comprehension part or aptitude part. You have made a good attempt. For example, roughly you have made 20 questions and you have gone some 6 to 7 questions wrong, means you would have reached this particular, so 25 questions you would have attended, or 30 questions you would have attended and reached the mark 50. Those who have scored above 50 in this particular All India Mock Test 1 question paper, you are having a higher probability of clearing your CSAT, okay. So kindly use this strategy. Only 2 strategies I have given to you, okay. One is identifying the easy questions. First try to identify the easy questions in your question paper. Next, please identify the shortest method, because in this particular unit digit question, I have seen people who are solving this 3 to the power 4 to the power 5 to the power 6, you are solving and you are finding out what digit. For example, you have 3 to the power 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in your question paper. I saw this. This is not at all necessary for you to solve. That is why I said that adopt the very easiest method for you to solve the questions, right? So these are the strategies which you can follow for the entire CSAT paper, okay. So for the upcoming All India Mock Test 2 and 3, try to follow this strategy and adopt easiest way for you to clear the CSAT paper, okay, right? Thank you so much. Have a nice day.